guys, welcome back to the channel. No new news for episodes 19 and 20, but I figured I would review the Titan Mech in this video. This will probably be my last set review of Ninjago Season 11, since it's the last set that I have and will be reviewing. And just to remind you, we'll be talking about the design of the mech and the jet that detaches, and we'll also be talking and reviewing the minifigures themselves. So here is our Titan Mech, and I just want to say, I really love these transparent green blades that are used on the back of the mech. It just complements the rest of the mech very, very nicely. It's an awesome addition, and I like these crest pieces or crown pieces too. So all in all, I love this back structure too. It'll also come off and serve as its own jet. It does have its own spring-loaded shooters on the back too. So that's pretty cool. I love that it not only complements the rest of the mech well, but it's its own feature too. The head is pretty nice. I like that they're using the dragon bone blade hilt as well. And I can't really tell if these green pieces are the eyes or if this brown piece here is, but either way, the head does look cool. These shoulder pauldrons are also very, very nice. I love how this entire mech just looks like a person, a ninja really. And there are all kinds of like printing on the shoulder pauldrons, which are very cool too. And the one thing I love about the set is how nicely the colors work with each other. The colors just blend together very well in a really nice way, and the transition is great. I love these pieces too. And talking about the arm is pretty good, and I like this tire piece too. I love how with the Season 11 vehicles, one common thing is these shredders, and the hand is okay. I'm not a big fan of this thumb piece down here. It's too small, but I like how the sword is detachable, unlike the original Samurai Mech, and you can put it in either of the two arms. Now, once we go down a bit and look at our feet and lower legs, the feet are really good. They're pretty big, and I think that's awesome. There's a lot of detail, a lot of smaller pieces, and this printing is great too. And the side of the lower leg is also nice. I love how circular it looks with these sensei hats too. And even the upper leg too. Once again, I love the transition between these two colors and how the upper leg is a different color. And we'll go back up here with the camera. But unfortunately, the back is not as good as the front. And the back just looks really, really weird. I'm just not a fan of this at all. The colors just don't work well at all on the back. There's all kinds of these pieces just exposed here. And the back just doesn't look very good. However, the front looks awesome, and I really love the way that the colors work together nicely, but unfortunately the back is just not paid enough attention, and there's not really enough detail on the back. It just doesn't really look good at all. And just a brief little section to talk about this jet thing. This does detach from the back of the Titan Mech, and on its own, it looks pretty good too. I love how these spikes essentially serve as the wings, and you would put a figure right here. And I think the detail is pretty good. You have these spring-loaded shooters too, and I like these pieces. When you flip it over, it also looks very, very nice, especially on this side, because you have these pieces that kind of makes it look like a fan, and these crown pieces too with the gold. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really want to talk much about this, but I guess if I have one complaint, and I do like the sticker as well, I think that's pretty cool, but when you do put it on the mech itself, this part here is shown from the back view, so back here, and it goes above the head, so it just doesn't really look that good. But the rest of this jet does look really nice. I wish they kind of cut off the build though around here because it doesn't look as good, this top portion, when paired along with the rest of the mech. So now talking about the minifigures, up first we have General Vexy here. And this is a pretty good minifigure for the most part. My only complaint is that I really wish they had used some exclusive torso printing. This is a pretty important minifigure, and they're just using these same torsos as for other minifigures. However, the gunmetal gray armor looks really good on this minifigure. And his face print is a bit odd. I've never been a huge fan of it, just with the sideburns and the mustache. It's a bit weird looking. But all in all, this is a pretty good minifigure, although not necessarily my favorite of the Ice Samurai. And now up here we have our Blizzard Warrior guy. And this minifigure is awesome. I think it's definitely my second favorite alongside the Ice Emperor, who's definitely the best of the wave. But the red armor just looks really, really good. I love the zombie feel of the face too, with the ice kind of going across. And there's an alternate face that I'll show you guys later too. But I just think this armor looks amazing. It really helps the minifigure to shine out, and he looks very, very good. Doesn't just kind of blend together the way it does with the General Vex minifigure. It just stands out a lot, and I think that's really good. Now here is our Blizzard Archer. Here's the alternate face that I was talking about, and I love the zombie feel of this again. The Icicle Pauldron is really nice, and I love how this minifigure really does get to show you the torso, whereas a lot of the other minifigures cover that up with the armor. And the torso is pretty good. I again love the illusion of the ice essentially controlling the Ice Samurai, which is actually true in the show. I wish something had been attached to the helmet, but I like this minifigure for the same reasons I like the Blizzard Warrior, simply because red is a main color here, and I think that definitely makes the Ice Samurai look really good and stand out in a way. Now last we do have our Blizzard Warrior, or Swordsman guy, not the Warrior. And this guy's pretty creepy looking. I like his cape, and I also love how the top of the torso, with the eyes coming down this time, is kind of an extension of the face. And when we turn it around, there's also a little braid on the face back there, which is cool. And again, I think the cape is awesome. It's a really nice touch. And the sensei hat, never been a fan of this particular sensei hat, simply because it does kind of cast a shadow onto the face. But it's okay. It's better looking with this minifigure than it is for some other minifigures, such as Heavy Metal. And here we have our Lloyd minifigure. Not a huge fan of the Season 11 suits, but I gotta say, this is definitely one of the better Season 11 suits. And it's simply because there's a lot more detail going on here. It's not just as plain and simple as some of the other ones. I've heard people say that this essentially is like a bathrobe, which I do agree with. It kind of does look like a robe, but it is pretty nice. I like the leather. It works a lot better on this suit than it does with Cole's suit. I like the leather pouch on his chest with the L on it, and even this leather arm, that's a nice little variation. Leg printing is very, very good. I love these little leather straps that cover his knees, and just the printing there is very, very good. All in all, I'm not a huge fan of this minifigure, but I do think that this is definitely a lot better than some of the other Season 11 minifigures we've seen. And again, this shoulder pauldron is also pretty cool for the ninja. I like how it works with the legacy mask. So they've done a really good job with the Lloyd minifigure. Now we do have our Zane minifigure here. Last but certainly not least, I love the robotic feel of Zane's minifigure, and I think this again is definitely one of the better Season 11 suits. I like this metal pouch, and I wish there could have been a little bit more detail. It's just kind of simple over here, but that's okay. The leg printing makes up for that because there is a lot of detail with the leg printing. And the colors just work really nicely. I love how Zane has the blue belt and the blue hands. And the Forbidden Hood, I'm not a huge fan of the Forbidden Spinjitzu hood, but it works a lot better with this minifigure than it does for some of the other ninja. So all in all, this minifigure is pretty good. And alongside Lloyd, I think these are definitely the best of the Season 11 ninja suits. And just some final thoughts to wrap up this video, just talking about the value of the set. I feel like a lot of the Season 11 sets are definitely overpriced, and this probably wouldn't be an exception. I believe this is around the $70 US mark, which would be similar to the Monastery of Spinjitzu, but I feel like the minifigures that we're getting for this set for that price really could be a bit better. I mean, I think it's great that we're getting Forbidden Spinjitzu Zane with this price, but I feel like we could get some more minifigures. And I mean, I know I really shouldn't be comparing this to the Monastery, since that was honestly an amazing deal, but I do feel like this could have been a little bit better. Maybe we could have seen a wolf form of Akita or something like that. I don't know, but I feel like it could have been a little bit less perhaps. And the mech itself is just designed really, really well. I mean, I think it looks awesome, and the transparent spikes on the back look great. I mean, it pairs with the rest of the mech really well, and the minifigures are pretty good. The Ice Samurai are awesome, and these two ninja suits are the best of the wave for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and give this set a 5 out of 5. I mean, I think this set was excellent. I would definitely recommend you get it, because I think it definitely would be my favorite Ninjago mech yet. Regardless of the season itself, you definitely got to give credit for these outstanding sets and villain minifigures, as well as these awesome new posters that we're getting to. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the last of my Season 11 set reviews. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this set review, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share it with anyone ever you know. Leave a comment down in the comment section below explaining what you guys think of the Titan mech and its minifigures, and I will see you next time.